Happy holidays. I'm Kamala Devi, and this is a little pre-holiday message from my heart. I know that there's a lot of focus right now on celebration and family, and a lot of the messaging coming from the mainstream sources, whether it's like the radio or show, the holiday specials, is really monogamously focused on like family values, and that can leave a lot of open relators, or just alternative lovers. Anyone with an alternative lifestyle, it can leave you feeling alienated. And I wanted to like shine a light on the complexities of this time of year and some of the family dynamics. And the encouragement is to actually increase your connection and celebration with your non traditional families. So, what I find, and I want to say with deep respect, that there are a lot of people who choose not to come out to their families about, whether they're poly or queer or, whatever alternative lifestyle they're in, because there's a lot at stake, and in general, the reason to come out is to endear, closeness and connection, and also to liberate oneself and feel free, so you're not hiding secrets. But there are times when coming out does make you feel like really close and more intimate and known. And there's times when coming out creates a big wedge of separation because they have no context to understand your lifestyle, or there's judgment, or in extreme cases, there's sometimes, threat, and things to lose, like job or kids, or, and I want to point this out because it's just because I happen to be a huge, out open poly person doesn't mean that that's the right path for everybody. And I have a lot of respect for those people that are kind of living, this traditional life over here, and then have this alternative life in a kind of private domain. And what happens in the cases of people who have, say, multiple relationships and it's private and it's separate, is that there tends to be a sense that if you're not the legitimate primary partner, that you might feel unrecognized or hurt or invalidated. And so it's a particularly special time to double down on the communication and the connection. If there is that kind of separation in your family, like how do you less compensate for it, but more like communicate about it, or create closeness in all your relations, not just the ones that are officially accepted by the family. And there's also nuances around who gets invited and who doesn't, or what gets said and what doesn't. Recently, I'm really happy. My mother met my husband's girlfriend, even though she had recently said, she's like, I'm okay meeting your lovers, but not your husband's lovers. That's just too weird. And that we respected that boundary until she was ready to meet this sister, this beautiful woman. And my mom was totally impressed. She also speaks Spanish, and they have like a bond, and it was easy and sweet. And it was neat through the years to see like the progression of what family can handle. And I think that one of the biggest takeaways for me in the meeting, and for my mom meeting and accepting Michael's new love, biggest takeaway is that my parents are also evolving. Like my family's also evolving. So what they were ready for a few years ago may not be the same now. And I think that's the biggest challenge in blood families, is that we will tend to hold people as who they were. And we all know it. We feel it when it's being done to us. It's like a regression. It's like, whoa, why are they talking to me like I'm a child? And the beauty of showing up in the present moment to the holidays, seeing who people are now, updating them on who you are now, And and maybe if it's too risky to come out about your own lifestyle, sharing about your friends' lifestyles and kind of testing the water that way. Ultimately, though, there's a balance of like, what do you say to create more connection and more liberation on your own part, and then how to include and provide connection for those who are feeling alienated. So it's a whole complex dance, as if the holidays aren't complicated enough. But I invite you to consider it another growth opportunity. These holidays are like a portal at the end of the year, a test of how much we've grown. And it's also a beautiful test of how much we're growing collectively. So with that, food for thought. I hope you enjoy your feast and your family time, and blessings. Mwah.